Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Out of the Park Baseball 22 here with the expansion Boston Blazers, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm recording this video about a week before Thanksgiving, but as I won't be able to record it on Thanksgiving, I wanted to record it now so that I could have something ready for you guys on that day, on that Thursday, as per usual. So when you're done eating your turkey and you're just hanging out on the couch watching football, you can also watch some Out of the Park baseball. So it was a very good first month for the Boston Blazers. We seem to have carried over from last year. Things are really clicking for us. We have the reigning National League Pitcher of the Month in Christian Little, 5-0 with a 1.87 ERA for Christian. It was, it hasn't been, perfect. There have been some issues, and I'll show you those in a second. But development-wise, some ups, some downs. Some of our younger players are getting better, which is nice. We called up Jake Bailey, who'd gone off to a hot start in AAA. Great stuff, great movement. He's going to be a good pitcher. So called him up right away, or just right now, I should say. Yes, we finished 16-8. We've had some issues in the lower half of our rotation. You can see Little and Anglesey between the two of them are 9-1 with an ERA of around 2.5 maybe. Isaiah Jackson has just been absolutely terrible through 5 starts. I don't know what the answer is here. We may look to trade him before that contract starts to balloon or his ratings start to drop. We called up Leighton Morrissey because our other starting pitcher, the guy we had in the 5-hole, was Jackson Lindley, and he wasn't any better. You can see 6 2/3, 6 runs, 3 1/3, 6 runs. He had an ERA of 9.6 before we moved him to the bullpen, and then we sent him down. So it hasn't been perfect. It has not been perfect, but we do have, for all the issues we had with our offense leading up to this season, we currently have the second best offense in the National League, highest in batting average, on-base percentage, OPS, WAR, WOBA, third in home runs. It's our starting pitching, which has usually been a strong suit for us. Our starting pitching has struggled to the tune of 11th. I assume Jackson will fix most of this, and we have suffered some injuries. Peyton Puckett's out for 2 weeks. He was out for 3. So we get him back in a couple of weeks. Got off to a bit of a slow start for him compared to last year. Meyer was really, really good last year, but I'm glad I didn't sign him long term. Josh Macalino is just absolutely destroying the baseball right now in Meyer's place, and he'll be on the league minimum. So, Meyer could end up getting moved to free up some money for us. So that's kind of where we are. Aguirre's pitched well. He's not pitching a lot. You can see he's 4 starts, 22 innings. He hasn't pitched. Hasn't given up a run in his last 3 starts, so that's been helpful. So things are looking pretty good right now. I think the plan, this is the May, June, July episode, so we are going to, and I both signed and released Cleonel Perez in a span of about a week. When I signed him, his ratings were all in the 50s. Once we got him on the team, they dropped to 49, 54, 36, so we cut him after 2 games where he was really bad. So that didn't work. But, so I think the plan is to sim up to June 1st. There could be some deals on the horizon. Like I said, Marcelo Meyer could get moved. We will talk about moving Isaiah Jackson if he doesn't start to perform in June. I don't think Arenado's going anywhere as long as we are in the pennant race. It wouldn't make any sense whatsoever to trade Nolan Arenado, even though we have someone like Ed Farrell who can come in. He can't really play third base. He's more of a second baseman with that arm, but we could, in theory, move Macalino over. His arm is good enough. He could play third base, and we could move Farrell to second, or no, because we have Puckett at second. Farrell really can't play short with that arm, so I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. We've got some decisions to make. So, but at least we're 16-8 this year versus 8-16 coming out of April. So things are looking pretty good for us right now. We still have fans coming out to the ballpark. Our salaries again jump up to $116 million next year. So we may have to figure out a way to kind of cut a little bit of that. So that's where we are. Just a quick overview of things through April. When we come back, it'll be June 1st, and we'll do another recap. Hang tight. All right, we're back. We are back. It is June 1st, and we are in a dogfight in the NL East. We are tied with the Marlins for third place, 2 games behind the Nationals, 4 games behind the league-leading Braves. The NL East is a proving ground, if you will, of the best teams in Major League Baseball. Top offense in baseball this year, which is bizarre for us. One of the worst pitching staffs, which is also bizarre for us, although it has gotten better, and we did make a significant deal, and we say goodbye to one of our originals. Isaiah Jackson, I can't spell Isaiah, has been moved to the St. Louis Cardinals in exchange for a couple of pitchers. We sent, and a reliever, actually. We sent Jackson and a 1-star or half-star, 2-star starting pitcher, Sam Hayes, to the Cardinals, and in exchange, we pick up, let's just do it this way. We pick up 28-year-old Ben Joyce, who has moved immediately into our starting rotation. He's gone 0-1 with a 4.50 ERA in 3 starts, but his last start was fantastic, 11 strikeouts in 8 innings. 28-year-old Ariel Vega, who is also on the big club right now, 5 runs so far in 7 2/3 innings. And a 24-year-old outfielder, Eric Newsom, who shouldn't be in rookie ball. He should probably be in Double-A. The number 51 prospect in baseball. So we pick up another outfield hitting prospect, and we say goodbye to Isaiah Jackson. It just hadn't gotten better for him. 2-4 with a 12.55 ERA and 7 starts for us. It was just time to move on, I think. With what that contract was looking like next year and the year after that, I couldn't afford another bad deal, so I wanted to make the deal a year too early rather than a year too late, which was an issue that I had with some other players. So we make that deal. Joyce is on the active roster. We sent Jake Bailey back down to AAA, Ariel Vega on the big league roster. So that was the move we made. If you look at our stats, our pitching stats for the month of June, Anglesey and Little, a combined 12-4 with an ERA of about 2.9 between the two of them. They've been very, very good. Wilfredo Aguirre has been up and down. He's had some really, really good starts and some stinkers, but overall, you'll take it. 3.63, more than a strikeout in an inning, 3.63 ERA, 3.75 FIP. He's been fine. Beck continues to do good work for us as a swingman. Leighton Morrissey, we called up, and he's 5-1 with a 2.49 ERA so far. FIP of 4.08, so you think that number will probably come up here a bit, but good start to his career, Leighton Morrissey. And as soon as we called him up, his ratings got better. So maybe he was just waiting. Cotton Game has been okay this year as our closer. 26 strikeouts, 21 innings. Ryan Harthauser continues to do a nice job out of the pen for us. Francis Lopez. FIP is a lot lower than the ERA, so you think he'll even out. We talked about Vega. Baronoff we got in the offseason has been fine. Strader continues to not pitch well. 4.68 ERA, 5.06 FIP. He's still walking too many. Well, actually, he's not. A walk every other inning for a pitcher with those ratings is fine, but too many home runs. 1.8 home runs per 9 with an 82 movement, and he's an extreme ground ball pitcher. You just have to assume that he's getting unlucky. So we'll hope that he continues to improve as the year goes on. And then offensively, we're a truck. Jody Large doing exactly what I hoped he'd do in that 5-hole, hitting 340s, on pace to drive in over 100 runs, 968 OPS, 162 OPS plus, 3 WAR. So if he can stay healthy, this contract is going to be a bargain. Jordan Villar's has bounced back from last season. He's already almost matched his WAR from last year. He's on pace for 37 home runs. Tyler Whitaker is hitting the snot out of the baseball, on pace for over 40 home runs and 5 WAR. Josh Farmer's not playing every day, but look at his OPS, 1074, 183 OPS plus. He is hammering the baseball, on pace for 40 home runs in under 350 at-bats. Carter Jensen having a really nice offensive season, an 812 OPS out of your catcher. You'll take it. Arenado, the average is light. We've kind of come to expect that out of him now. He really only had 1 year I mean, he hasn't hit over 250 for us, but I still on pace for another 3-win season because of that defense, so no complaints. Macalino has leveled off a bit, but still putting up over a 100 OPS plus. He's been fine. Ferguson, I'm leaving him in the leadoff hole because of his on-base percentage. He's only hitting 178, but he's got a 380 on-base percentage to go along with that 179 batting average. So if we can get that average up to 230, that on-base percentage is all of a sudden, 430. So we'll see how it goes. Puckett is down a bit this year, only has 6 home runs. He was hurt for part of the year, but yeah, he's taken a step backwards. So with the influx of offense that we have here with large VRs, Whitaker, Farmer, we'll see what happens with Puckett next season, given that he's going to be 28, and we'll see. So Cisneros is not playing every day. He's perfectly content with that, I guess. But he's doing well in limited playing time. Stewart's hitting the ball well in limited playing time. Meyer is not hitting the ball. Melendez is not hitting the ball. So we are probably done with the Marcelo Meyer experiment. So let's see if there is any interest in one Marcelo Meyer. And there is. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Rock Riggio. I mean, I'd be interested in another starting pitcher or a prospect of some sort. I mean, I guess I could take on another bullpen arm, but I don't want to overload myself with players who are never going to make the team. Fernando Gonzalez, do we need another? He's not as good as the backup catcher we have, so I'm good there. Colin Barber, no. Jack Doherty, I don't like the movement. The rest of him isn't terrible. Jose Pena looks okay, but he's hurt. How long is he out for? 2 to 3 weeks. Jose Acuna from the Mets. He's a 26-year-old. He's pitching pretty well. No, he's not pitching well in AAA, but he still is only 26. Jen J. Su 2. Good defensively. Can't really hit. Maddox Bruns. I mean, we're basically bringing back Isaiah Jackson if we bring in Maddox Bruns. Young Jun So, 5 pitches. ARB eligible. It's a lot of money, though, to pay him an ARB. Chance Vaught. What's his contract look like? 2, 4, and 6. Oh, that's not awful. He's not pitching well, though. Isaac Pacheco. Let's just look at prospects. Let's see if there's any interest there. All right, well, it looks like we can trade him. I don't know how good the return's going to be, but we can trade him, so that's at least encouraging. So I think the month of June is figuring out what we need for the month of July. So we have a little bit of money now this year because we moved Jackson. I think right this second, another starting pitcher would be helpful. Vega can start if we need him to. So we have Joyce, we have Joyce, Vega, Hauser, and Beck, all who can start. I don't know that offensively we need to do anything. I think we are in pretty good shape offensively. So it's going to be pitching. It's going to be pitching that we need leading up to the trade deadline. So, there are some good pitchers on here. Daniel Jean looks to be pretty good, but, to get him, they would have to eat all of his contract, and now they're over budget, and so I don't know if that's going to work. But it's possible. There are a couple decent players in here. Here's a righty claimed on waivers. He looks pretty darn good. I can't throw the ball really hard, but he looks pretty good. What if you retain? All right, well, I'm sure there's something I can do to make this work. He doesn't look like a bad pitcher at all. Put up 2 WAR last year for the Yankees. Pitched 180 innings, so that's an option. Pablo Lopez and Max Meyer are both good, but, again, they've got big contracts, so I can't take those on right now, or at least I can't take them on without them eating the entirety of it, and it's unlikely that they'll do that. So, yeah, so we'll get a little closer. Christopher Ramirez is only 27. So yeah, we'll get closer to the trade deadline, and hopefully some more players will pop up. So when we come back, it'll be July 1st, and we will go day by day in July like we normally do. Be right back. All right, that should be our last pause here. It is July 1st, and you can see there in the top we are 50-28 and in first place in the National League Eastern Division. Was another very good month for us. An 18-7 June. We are 8-2 in our last 10 games. What did that say? Josh Farmer, the smartest man on the field. 145 IQ for Josh Farmer. All right, good for him. All-Stars. We had whom? We didn't have a single starter. It's a bit of a surprise. We didn't have a single bullpen arm. So no pitchers. Peyton Puckett made it. Josh Farmer made it. Jody Large made it. Tyler Whitaker made it. So our entire outfield and Peyton Puckett made the All-Star game. Prospects game, we had Blake Buggins, who's up to 3.5 stars now, and that is it. Cool. All right. Christian Little's hurt. He's been out for about 2 weeks now, or I guess about 3 weeks now, which is a shame. He's been out for almost a month. Yeah, his last game was June 2nd, so hopefully we'll get him back sooner rather than later. But even with him being out, we are atop the NL East. Player development. Vega's getting hit around a little bit, but again, we moved him into the starting lineup, into the starting rotation because we had to. So hopefully he goes back to the bullpen soon. Leighton Morrissey, the rookie, has come up and gone 8-1 in 10 starts, averaging almost 7 innings a start. It's crazy. Christian Little's ratings dropped a little bit. He keeps getting hurt. It's going to be a potential problem. Aguirre got worse. That's not great. His stamina dropped again, but he's pitching well, so I'm not gonna question it. VR's got better. He's up to 5 stars now. That average is way down. It's down to 249. Some of our young players got better. Ed Farrell continues to get better. Look at how he hit in his short time in with the big club this year. We're gonna have to find a home for him next year. He's gonna have to play. He can play basically every position. So, and I think we're done with Tamar. It's a bit of a shame. Is anybody interested in Tamar Johnson? I held on as long as I could. I just don't think there's a spot for him anymore. See if anybody wants the defense and speed of one Tamar Johnson. Nope. Okay. All right. So, yeah, Ferguson still not hitting. $187, but still putting up a 370 OPS. So we're just going to let him figure it out and in that leadoff spot. Rest of the lineup is doing a fantastic job around him. I mean, I could put VRs up there, but I think we will leave it the way we have it now. I think that makes the most sense. Anglesly's got 9 wins, on pace for a 19-win season if he can stay healthy. And that's going to be the key, right? I mean, we have so many pitchers who are fragile at this point that, that'll make or break us. So, at any rate, 35.7% revenue bump this season, so that'll be good for our budget next year. It's time for international amateurs. What do we got? We got Ruben Gutierrez, a power-hitting 16-year-old center fielder. Henry Romero. He's got 3 pitches. Edwin Ventura. I think we're going to go after Gutierrez. What does OSA think of him? OSA loves him. He only wants 3.2, so we'll just offer him 5, and maybe that blows him out of the water and he just takes it. I mean, that's the hope, right? All right. So we got the draft coming up. Pitching is still an issue. Starting pitching is still an issue. So I think, and it looks like the Yankees took that guy off the trade block, or did they trade him? Who knows? I wonder if, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. Yeah, none of these guys are any good, man. Maybe Walling. maybe. But other than that, most of these pitches are terrible. I mean, I would love to pick up Lopez or Meyer. I just don't see it happening given the contracts. Yeah, I would love to pick up one of these guys, but I just don't see it given their contracts because they would have to retain it all. Yeah, I don't have anybody. Now, is it a money thing or is it a like what happens if I put Newsom in there? What if I put Buggins in there? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a money thing. It's like if I put Strader in there, yeah, they'd be over budget. So it's a money thing. Yeah, none of these guys are any good. There's a 22-year-old. Take a shot at him. Italy. Players coming from Italy. Look at that. We got any Italian batters that are interested in playing in our system? Doesn't look like it. All right. If we do upcoming free agents, does that help? If we go to starters. Hancock's out for 6 months. It's not going to help. We could bring our old friend Juan Then back. Maybe make him a starter. I don't have anybody. So they just don't want to give up Juan Then. Is that the thing? Asa Lacey with the Rockies. He's been a disaster with the Rockies. Patrick Corbin's 39. Pearson hasn't been good this year. Wasn't good last year. Maybe we can catch lightning in a bottle. Maybe. So the only player you'll take for him is VR's? Like, come on. Shut up. Really? Okay. So we might not be making any moves. We're going to go day by day here. We're going to get up to the draft, and then we will sort out what we're going to do from there. So game 1 of July is what? Is a 6-2 loss to the Dodgers. Expiring personnel. We got to bring our pitching coach back. And we certainly have to bring our scout back. Top 100 prospects. Do we have anybody up there? We don't. That's not where I wanted to go. This is where I wanted to go. Game 2 against the Dodgers. Last time we played the Dodgers, we got swept. All right, so Gutierrez prefers the offer from the A's, so there's nothing I can do. So I guess... Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I guess Ventura. See if we can get a catcher. Just offer him 5. Sure, whatever. So, yeah, last time I played the Dodgers, I think it was in May, I got swept. It looks like we're about to get swept here, too. 6-2 loss, 2-1 loss, and an 8-6 loss. Yep, that wasn't good. And we finally win one 1-0 in 11 innings. So we get is that a home run from Macalino? Yep. A home run on the top of the 11th from Macalino. Anglesey goes 7. Pitching staff was phenomenal in this one. Game 2 at Wrigley. Another win, 3-2. There we go. So we bounce back a bit. VR's has an RBI. Large hits his 10th home run. Joyce picks up the win. Game 3 against the Cubs. Looking for the sweep. And we get it. So we lose our first 3 games of the month and come back and win our second 3. So that works. Whitaker 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Puckett has 2 hits. That average is low for Peyton Puckett. It's about 30 points off of where he was last year. Thankfully, Whitaker's average is over 300. Large is hitting. Jensen's over 300 still. So Aguirre gets the win, 7-4. The Braves coming up now. First play, or I guess the second place Braves, we lose 7-6 and 14. The second game, please don't get swept by the Braves. There we go, a 6-2 win at home. Ariel Vega pitches well. Whitaker has 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Macalino hits a 3-run homer. Vega goes to 4-3, and we got one more game before the draft. We take 2 out of 3 from the Braves. That's what I like to see. Whitaker, 2 more hits, 2 more RBIs. Carter Jensen, 3 for 3, 4 runs knocked in. His contract is looking like a bargain, at least for the first year. Anglesly doesn't pitch well, but Beck comes on and gets the job done. 3 1/3 perfect innings for Brendan Beck. So we are 4 games up on the Braves in the NL East. Wow. Did not expect that. I really want Christian Little back here at some point so we can shift around our pitching staff a little bit. I want to get Vega back into the bullpen. Yeah, Perez isn't pitching well. It might be time to, let's make a move here. Send Perez down. He has to clear waivers. Are my other minor league pitchers hurt? Yep, Bailey's out for 4 months. Damn. Okay. How's Lindley doing? Okay, I guess. What about Birnbaum? He's pitching well. He's just not ready yet. So we're going to stick with what we have for the time being. So let's finish this day and get to the draft. BR is working hard to give back. Good for him. All right. And I haven't even looked at the draft class, so we're picking 23rd. It has us taking Victor. I mean, if he's there at 23, I'm all about it. But we'll see what happens. So let's get to our pick and see if he's still there. And he's not, which is not surprising. So what do we want? We got Tim Jameson, who's a pretty good fielding second baseman. Look at pitchers. Caesar, nah. Mike Gamble, no. Looks like we might be actually taking a batter for in the first round of the draft for the first time in a while. It's not something we normally do. I'm not going to think too hard about it. I think Tim Jameson. Good defensively, good contact, good gap power, enough home run power. Who do they think we should take? They think we should take the first baseman. Nope. We're going to take Jameson. We're going to take Jameson because he can play defense, and we will go to our next pick. And let's go back to pitchers now. Are any of those young pitchers still there? J.D. Gore, he's not really a starter. Two-way player, though. Gonzalez, no. Galindo, no. Yeah, not really any good pitchers in this draft. Sam McClain's not all that good. Yeah, it's a pretty crummy draft right off the bat. So that's not encouraging. So we'll go to all players now. I think we take Gore just because of the two-wayness of him. Offensively, he looks okay. Pitching-wise, he looks okay. Not great at either, but potentially be decent at both, which is fine. And I guess this is what you get when you start picking lower in the draft, right? Is players that are just not as good. That's just the reality of it. Wow, we're not even going to be able to kind of do what we normally do and find some... Well, Sergio Ulibarri looks pretty good. We'll take him. Yeah, not a good draft. Not a good draft at all. We're going to go to fielding ratings, find ourselves a catcher like we always do. That's a good one right there. Jose Paredes. Yeah, we're going to take him. He's got a little bit of pop in his bat and a very good catcher ability. Andy Pennell. Oh, I like Andy Pennell. He can play literally anywhere on the infield. He can play anywhere in the field. I love that defensive flexibility. Love it, love it, love it. Let's go to batting potential again. Let's look at stealing. Looking for somebody young who can do it all. Julio Cintron can't hit. Jonathan Fedema can sort of hit, plays good defense. He's got some speed, high work ethic. That's fine with me. We'll do a couple more picks and then call it. Let's look at some young players. No. Oscar DePaz, no. Low work ethic. Ben Wilson? Yeah, he looks okay. Take Ben Wilson. Now let's look at individual pitch potential again. I just want to make sure that there's nobody that I missed. I feel like there should always be at least one guy in here that I should be able to snag. Zach Cosmo. No, let's see if we got anybody with a circle change. Nate Perry. Yep, we're going to take Nate Perry. 17-year-old, 3 potentially good pitches. He's got, he's super far away. I mean, he's not even close to being ready, but down the road, that could be an interesting pick. I think we're good. I think we are good with this draft. It's a very poor draft. We'll take Nate Stevens, too, just because he has 5 good pitches. It's not our pick. Now we'll take Nate Stevens. All right, that's going to do it for the draft. And I think that's going to do it for the draft, and we'll continue on. All right, we got to get through the rest of July here. We're in first place. We're in good shape. We got a 4-game lead. In theory, we will be getting Christian Little back before too long, hopefully sooner rather than later. We'll keep an eye out on the trade block here. Let's take another look at it. I think we looked at it recently, but I think we looked at it right before the draft, but we'll take a look at it again here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing here that, Daniel Jean Jean probably would be a huge upgrade for me, but I can't afford him. I can't really afford any of these great players, so are we in a position where can we bring in Gerhan Buttonball? Exercises no trade clause. All right. It's all about pitching, right? That's what we decided, or I guess what I decided, is that it's all about pitching. So what do we want to do? Could bring old friend Steven Fuentes back. But see, once we get down into this area, the players that are here really aren't any better than the players we have on our team. Or that we have access to, I guess I should say. Again, from a starting pitcher perspective, there's just not a lot here. Not a lot here that we can afford anyway. Setup guy. He's not really a starter. Caleb Ferguson. Can we get him from the Rockies? If you eat the rest of his contract. Okay, so we can probably pick up a Caleb Ferguson. Made 33 starts a year ago. Let's see what we can do to pick up Ferguson. So what prospects are we not all that attached to? Eric Newsom, because we just picked him up. All right, so now let's backtrack. Let's put Edwards in there. Let's take Newsom out. There we go. And perfect. Tim Edwards and Angelo Nieves for Caleb Ferguson, with the Rockies retaining the entirety of the contract. That works for me. So that, I think, is really probably the only deal we're going to make here. And we'll sim ahead a week or so and see if see if there's a better option out there, but we will get, where is he? Designated for assignment. Get him up here, get him on the, in the rotation, put Vega back in long relief, and let's start simming post-draft. First game in St. Louis against the defending champions. There's Christian Little. That's what we were waiting for. Who goes to the minors? I think we send Vega back down. Get Little back up. Get Little in the rotation for Ben Joyce. And yeah, that works for me. That works for me. So we lose the first game coming out of the draft. We have to sign our players. I don't want to forget to do that. Just give everybody what they're asking for here. We can give Gore above slot because we gave Jameson below. Everybody else is either at or, except for Nate Perry. I don't know if that's a pick that... Oh, it's $1 million. How much do we have left to give? We have how much? $8 million left. Yeah, I'm not signing him for $1 million. Oh, he's 17. Yeah, we're gonna sign him. We'll give him the $1 million. We will give him the $1 million. That's fine. All right. 17-year-old for $1 million if he develops. Wonderful. So Ferguson is almost up to 200. Farmer with 6 RBIs. Large had 3 hits, 2 RBIs. All right. Well, we win. A win is a win is a win. Keep going here. Another win. Back to back. Okay, so Crispino Pistone was the... Wait, what? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's see if it will let me make him a new offer. I wanted to offer him a contract with a signing bonus. That's what I wanted. That is what I wanted. Offer him a signing bonus. All right, so we win another game 10-6. So back-to-back 10-run outings. Arenado with a 3-run homer, it looks like. Puckett had 3 hits. Little back goes 4. That's fine in his first start in like a month and a half. Game 1 against Philadelphia. A loss. 5-1 victory there. Macalino, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Ferguson goes 7, gives up no runs, strikes out 11 in his Blazers debut. Let's go, Caleb. Game 3 against the Phillies as we look to take the series, and we do a 4-0 win. Another 3-run homer from Arenado. Carter Jensen homers Morrissey's 9-2. Game 1 at Miami, a team we've had some difficulty with. We win there, though. Ferguson 2 for 3 with an RBI. Puckett a couple of hits. Aguirre picks up his 8th win. Very nice. Game 2 is another win. Perez goes to the minors. 5-4 this time. So we got out to a 5-0 lead, or a 5-2 lead, and then held on. Melendez looks like he homers. Little goes 3 1/3. He didn't get hurt, did he? Nope. He's just not pitching very much. We'll stop after the Pittsburgh series and see if there's anything else we want to do trade-wise. As we just win our 5th straight. Jordan VRs, we will start a charity. Give him some money, make him happy. Puckett 2 for 5, 4 runs knocked in. Whitaker has 2 runs knocked in. Anglesey picks up his 10th. That's 5 wins in a row and 7 out of 8. There's another win, and we are cruising now. So we got down 5-4, up 4-0, down 5-4, scored a run in the 6th and the 7th. Looks like Carter Jensen with a 3-run homer. Farmer homered twice. Ferguson didn't pitch as well in this one, but the bullpen picked him up. Game 2 against Pittsburgh. We lose there, and this one here on Sunday, the 22nd of July. A 4-0 victory. Viars has a couple of RBIs. Aguirre's 9-4 now. So we have the top offense in the National League and the 4th in terms of runs against, 4th best pitching staff. But our starters ERA is 9th. Our bullpen ERA is 2nd. Defensively, we are middle of the pack zone rating, and our efficiency is pretty bad. So we don't really need anything offensively. Ferguson got that average up to 224. So with an average of 224, you see his on-base percentage is up to 390, 824 OPS, 126 OPS plus. He is doing just fine in that leadoff spot. I think it's a pitching thing, right? I think, maybe more pitching. You can never have too much pitching. Is there a stud reliever out there that someone's willing to give up and not ask for much in return? Slade Ciccone from Pittsburgh. What is his he signed through next year. Oh, he's making he's making almost $8 million next year. We could pick up Gel and have him back in the beginning of September. Oh, he signed to next year too. Yep, I don't want that. I really want Bottenball, but he's not interested in being traded. Yeah, blocks his no trade or enacts his no trade clause. AJ Alexi, meh. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make a move here. Shane Baz, no. Bradley's not bad, but not really much better than what we have. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we are good. I'm just going to run with what we have. This is our team. Hopefully it stays healthy. So let's sim through the rest of the month. We'll look at the stats and we'll call it an episode. Game 1 at Colorado. It's a 6-5 loss. Game 2 at Colorado. 5-3 victory. So another really good month for us. Sal Stewart, 2 for 4. Jasiak with the save. Angles, shoot. Okay, well, his ratings all just dropped. That's not encouraging. His control dropped. His overall dropped. All right, well, based on what we're paying for him, I mean, anything we get out of him is a bonus, I guess. Game 3 at Colorado is a 14-7 win. See, our offense is pretty darn good now. We struggled for the better part of a decade offensively, but turned it around here in 2029 for sure. Large 3 hits, 5 RBIs. Ferguson goes 6, doesn't get the win. Game 1 against Arizona now. It's a 6-3 win, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2 in our last 12. 12 and 3 in our last 15. Yeah. Farmer 3 for 4, 5. He's got 26 home runs and 48 runs knocked in. That is a ridiculous ratio. That is a ridiculous ratio for sure. Morrissey gets the win. He's 10 and 3. Game 2 against Arizona. Another win, 4-3. Ferguson, a couple of hits. Looks like Aguirre got the start. Farmer, 2 more hits, 2 more home runs, 2 more RBIs. Hauser gets the win. Aguirre just doesn't go deep enough into the game. And the final game of the series against Arizona. 7-3 loss. We lose VRs for 5 weeks. All right, well, that's a bit of a bummer. So who do we want to bring up? We'll bring up Farrell, and then what do we do with the lineup? So I think we move Ferguson to first, and we get Farmer out there and just let him mash in that 3-hole. Cisneros is our backup. Cisneros is our backup. Oh, crap. Okay. Meyer backs up there. Sal Stewart backs up there. Let's copy that. Actually, let's just go back over here. Stewart is going to come in and play left field. He's going to play first base. Yeah, he's going to play first base. Yeah, just like that. That's what I wanted. Meyer will back up at short. Meyer will back up at second. And I think we're good there. So VR's, he's one of those players that I don't know, maybe we move on from him. He hasn't been bad, but he hasn't hit to his ratings yet. Puckett's having or he's not another. He's having a down season, but maybe it's time to build around Farmer, Ferguson, Large, Whitaker. Maybe this right here is our core. I don't know. Well, we got 2 games here against San Diego, so let's see how the final 2 games of the series go, or of the month go. A 9-7 win in 10. Whitaker drives in 5. Farmer drives in a run, has a couple hits. Puckett with a couple hits. Whitaker homers twice. Anglesey gives up 6 and 4 2/3, but the bullpen does a nice job. And the final game of the month is a 5-2 victory. So we go out of August, or into August, 70 and 37. Anybody here? Oh, so he signed Pistone. Good. He did sign with us. That's what I like to see. And we will move him up right away. The high leader and work ethic makes me happy. Let's disable that AI promotion. Cool. So AL Batter of the Month, Rowdy Tellez, Justin Yurchak in the NL, Ty Madden, Pitcher of the Month. And in the National League, it's Joe Williams. All right, so we are 70 and 37. That's, about 10 games up on the Braves. We'll look here as soon as this finishes saving. We have the best offense in the National League, second best bullpen. Our starters are iffy, which is a bit surprising given how we've done for the last 5 or 6 years. 11 games up. We are 11 games up. So we were 16 and 8 in April, 16 and 13 in May, 18 and 7 in June, 20 and 9 in July. Aguirre leads us in WAR. Wow. Okay. 9 and 4 with a 3.16. That FIP is 2.87. Look at the ERA plus. He's been really, really good. Anglesey, up and down this year, giving up a lot of hits, not giving up many home runs, walking maybe a little bit too many, but he's been okay. Cotton Game has been good as our closer again. Little, almost 2 WAR, but in only 16 starts. I think this is what we're going to get out of him. If we can get 25 starts out of him a year, I think going forward, that we're going to have to take it. Morrissey's been really good. He's actually getting significantly better here. 10 and 3 with a 3.13 ERA. And our bullpen has been good. Our bullpen has been really, really good this year. Getting Jasiak back helped. I think that it just sort of expanded the bullpen a little bit. He's got 40 Ks in 26 innings. So, yeah, things are looking good from a pitching perspective. From a hitting perspective, they're looking terrific. Josh Farmer leads us in WAR in only 50 starts, 3.7 WAR. Whitaker at 3.5, Large at 3.4, Jensen at 3, Arenado at 3. So offensively, things are looking up for us. Ferguson, yeah, that average really started to come along in July. 321 in July, 442 on base, 513 slugging. He's coming around. How's Macalino doing defensively? He's a little below average, so he's not as good as Meyer would be. We forgot to trade Marcelo Meyer. Damn it. Okay. Oh, well. He will remain on the club, I guess. And Farrell is hitting 421 in 57 plate appearances for us. So we're going to have to get him out there to play a little bit, too. Do we want to? Yeah, I think we're good there. Yeah, so we are in good shape, guys. We are in good shape. So next episode, I will have probably played through August. We'll sim through September, and it looks like we'll be playing our first postseason games. So I appreciate you watching, guys. I appreciate everybody's support, and talk to everybody soon. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to everyone later. Bye-bye.